Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is, of course, Thursday, May 27th, 2021. Welcome, one and all. You know what it is. We are back. The big Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Your favorite 2 hours in crypto analysis, news, and so much more has returned. Yes, it's back. It's back in a big way. Not quite like Bitcoin or the crypto market's overall price, but we're back nonetheless, guys. We're here to serve up some of your favorite TA you can get pretty much anywhere, and we're glad to be here. And we're glad to have gotten a warm reception, of course, from our audience, um, all our loyal followers, of course, of the YouTubes. We're back, and we thank you all for all the kind words we got yesterday. I'm glad that we still have a presence here on this platform. Of course, we're casting to DLive and Twitch as well, but that's besides the point, because YouTube's where it all started. And as much as I loved our stint on DLive, and of course we're going to continue to be on DLive, we're going to continue to, of course, still cater to the DLive audience, but YouTube seems where is it's the prime time. It's the major leagues. And therefore, I'm very happy. I'm very pleased to be back here today, guys. Of course, yesterday we had an 18 plus restriction on the video. We've lifted that for today to see if it makes any differences. But in the meantime, let's introduce our analysts. We've got Alex here with us this afternoon. Alex, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Excellent. And Jason.
Oh, you know I'm doing great.
Jason, you made it here just in time for the show. Welcome back.
Some things to get done, but I wouldn't miss it. Day 2 of YouTube, we're back, baby. We'll see how long, but
How did the mentoring session go yesterday?
I think it went really well. We didn't do any book club stuff. We just answered general questions. I was pretty satisfied with it. I think the members were too.
Awesome, glad to hear that. All right. If there's nothing further from you, gentlemen, we will continue into the next segment. This is, of course, a 2-hour show. Yesterday we had to cut it a little short, guys, so I promise we will likely get to more of your requests today on account of that mentoring session. And today we will go to full 2 hours. You know how our show schedule goes. First hour, of course, is we cover everything from this intro. We get into the news, a quick price scan of the latest price action. We get into the majors. Alex will cover a quick market overview, which includes the Bitcoin, the Ethereums, maybe a look at commodities and traditional markets, before we dive into the second hour, which includes the AMA and chart request section. So hang tight, guys. We will get to that second hour shortly. I look forward to, of course, making up for some of the requests we weren't able to get to yesterday. All right, let's have a look at my trading view window here. Let's see what Bitcoin is up to. Edging ever higher, although right now it seems to have been sold into this pump that, yeah, we tested 40K again. We went as high as 40,000, just under 40,500. Got sold into, currently at 48.9 on a Bitcoin. Bit of a reaction, and makes you wonder, did we put the bottoms in, guys? Did we test the depths? Did we shake all the loose Bitcoin, I guess, out from the hands of the newcomer traders? Are we ready to climb back up, or is there more peril waiting below? Are we testing 30K again? Do we have to flirt with 28 or below to really get this market ready for its next leg up? That's a big question.
More questions.
Those are certainly plural questions, but yeah, check out the baseline. Baseline has, of course, aggressively tapered down, currently at 43. So it's not going to take too much of a buying impulse from here for us to see maybe a close above the baseline. But alas, I fear this might be a bit of a bull trap waiting for us. This period of malaise might last a little longer on Bitcoin. This might be a drawn out summer of sideways corrective distribution, Well, yes, we're going to find out. Bitcoin, not much to say on it besides that. Even Minx has not yet poked out above the zero line. So there you have it, guys. A quick look at the last 24 hours of Bitcoin's price action. Let's head into the Ethereum USD chart next. Similar story. We did touch about 28.80 before getting sold into, currently at 27.70. Not much to do on Ethereum right now. Here's a look at EOS. Big day for EOS. Can't help but notice it's pulling pretty decently, kind of almost V-bottoming from the painful bottom of, well, just $3.50 just a few days ago. Currently at 721. EOS, one of the top gainers on bubbles today. Man, yep, up according to bubbles at least, up nearly 20%. Big day for EOS. Of course, got decimated.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, even to me. I kind of imagined that EOS would be following most of the other tokens right now. It's just kind of hovering around where they bounced to yesterday, but it's starting to make pretty decent gains here.
Yeah.
Sure is. Still stuck well below the baseline, but recovering decently nonetheless. Again, we want to talk about a token that got absolutely decimated in the panic sell-off, and this is one of them. Curious. Let's just measure the move from the top to the bottom. Look at 80% correction in a couple of days on EOS. Oof. Yes, I can see why it's put in a couple 10-20% days since. A lot of ground to make up, and ostensibly still as strong of a coin as it was just a few weeks ago. But
funny thing about that is on that wick to the downside there was when me and Alex, I was wrapping up to get back on the plane from Puerto Rico, and Alex was like, "Hey man, EOS just hit like $4, something like that." He's like, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy just a little bit of EOS before I get off my computer. So I transferred some over into EOS right at that moment.
All right, so there's someone in YouTube complaining that we're not as good as Justin. You know, maybe that's true. We all miss Justin. I hope you'll stick around for the rest of the show. I feel like we do a really good job. To the other viewers, I appreciate you defending us, but it's okay. If that's your opinion, that Justin was better than us, then I respect that. I think Justin did a fantastic job when he ran the show. We're different. What we do is different. But if you stick around to the TA portion, I think you'll like it, Joe, okay?
Yeah, and also, you're talking to me when you're talking to Midwest, so I'm not just a wrench boy.
Yep, I completely understand that sentiment. I really do, guys. You know, the choice was either, you know, no show or us, and I think we stepped in. We've done a decent job, guys. We do come up with you know, a consistent bit of content to feed all the hungry mouths of the speculators, of everybody who wants just a little bit of entertainment every day. We come in consistently, and your brain, which requires that constant drip of YouTube content, your ADD afflicted mind of trader degenerate watching. Yes, we are here, guys. That's what we do. I'm not claiming we are the best. I'm not saying we have the stage presence.
Say that we are profitable.
Yeah, and that's the main thing for sure. I would say profitable traders who I think a great deal of the audience does appreciate.
Where you hedged at?
Yeah, but does appreciate you know, quality TA, guys. I know this is maybe not as exciting or as entertaining as Justin once was, but I do think we bring you a special something.
Like, I feel like we're exciting and entertaining in a different way.
Different show.
I'm not saying that Joe is right, but I'm not saying he's wrong. It's a matter of perspective. I hope you will stick around and see for yourself whether or not we're any good. But if someone wants to say, "Hey, Justin did a fantastic job," well, I'm certainly not gonna tell them that they're wrong. I think Justin did a fantastic job too. We just do something different. So.
Indeed.
Stick around for that. Oh, and someone was asking what happened to Justin. He is on a long-term sabbatical. He really burned himself out. I think you guys know that he really worked his ass off. And he's just doing too many people's roles.
Yep.
you know, we've collectively taken over Justin's job, and it's about 4 different people who do his roles now. So yeah, I'm sorry that Justin is not here. You'll have to put up with us, or you could find a different channel to watch. But like I said, I hope you'll stick around. We'll do a good job, and that's all I really have to say on that subject anymore.
Absolutely. Just ask our loyal existing audience. I think they've really loved the show and what we've done with it in Justin's absence. So there's that, guys. Yes, I wouldn't say totally bag on us, but let's move along into the next segment. Thank you for bringing that up, Alex. Let's look at the next token, Doge. Yes, so this is the next one on my watch list. Currently at 34 cents. Feels like exactly where it was.
Let's talk about Doge.
Yep, pretty much exactly where it was during yesterday's analysis. Tight range now. Not much to be said.
Breaking up out of a descending wedge. I'd like to see some lines on that, maybe.
All right, might add some lines starting tomorrow for the show. Let's continue into Link. Link, big gains yesterday, a bit like EOS, edging ever closer to the baseline, currently at $33. Decent day for Link. It also made bubbles. It is about up 20. Yesterday's candle did gain about 24%, so Link recovering decently from the earlier panic. Let's get into XRP. Hovering right around the dollar. Gentlemen, I bring you your new stablecoin. Here is your $1 XRP. Not much to say beyond that. Looking just quickly at this chart, Polkadot not recovering nearly as well. Some of these chart patterns look very similar, but not quite the recovery we saw, for instance, on Link or EOS. Currently at $23. Not much else to remark on that one. Kasama looks a lot like Polkadot, currently at $315.
Everything looks the same.
Things look about the same, except MATIC.
Jack Sack segment of the show.
Yes, Jack. Yes, I dare not repeat it. But MATIC, $2.10 above the baseline, gentlemen. Watt is quite barely flipping green, but maybe I wonder if MATIC will break through resistance that rests above around here, 245. And then we will be soaring to new all-time highs. Is that in the bag for MATIC? I do wonder. All right, BNB, $371. Not much to say here. Looks like a lot like everything else. Same with the Uni at $29. Although it is up. It did recover nearly 20% in the last 24 hours, yesterday's candle, and along with today's price action, about 24% gains. There you go. All right.
Just can't keep up with EOS.
Surprisingly, no. Never thought I'd say that. And
I know,
here's ADA. ADA, currently $1.70. Yesterday's candle poked into the baseline Keltner channel, got sold into, currently closing below it. So we will see how this will, though. Minx finally poking out above zero on Cardano. Maybe Cardano, if we get another bullish impulse here, close above the baseline, and might start turning things green for Cardano. There's your quick look at today's price action, brought to you by, of course, some of Kraken Cryptocurrency's proprietary indicators. Let's get into the next segment. We have bubbles. How are bubbles looking today? Few tokens that led the way yesterday, such as AMP, giving back a bit of their gains. AMP down 12%, but some solid double-digit gainers on the bubbles today. Among them, BAT, Basic Attention Token, up 20%. EOS up nearly 20% as well. Helium Network up a little over 20% itself. Rune, the Thor chain, up 14%. Not bad. Theta trending the last couple days, up nearly 12%. Qdom up 13%. Uni 13%. And you got coins like Stacks, Link, which we've of course covered. Decred somehow making its way onto the bubbles today. And Chili's, you name them. Some of these your favorite alts are in here on the bubbles, posting double-digit gains. A few losers, of course, including Holochain. Holochain had a big big day earlier this week. Currently down about 5%. All right, there is your Crypto Bubbles alt recap. Let's get into the next segment, and that's going to be news. Of course, we're going to head into the live chat in a few minutes and shout everybody out. Let's get into it. All right, here is a little reminder. $2.1 billion worth of Bitcoin options set to expire tomorrow. That's right, guys. The final Friday of the month of May is tomorrow. And we have a big options expiry on Bitcoin. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but let's take a look. With $55,000 Bitcoin in options expiring this Friday, it's leading to a $40,000 open position at a $130 million spot price. The market could be in for a short-term bull run. All right. However, it's important to note the possibility of this is not starting to take away from the ongoing market dilemma. Ironically, the market is entering a bull run in a bear market. Well, this is, of course, all the opinion of this particular article. Although seeing as the bear market is considered a short-term trend, analysts are optimistic a macro bull market will be recorded in the long term. Indeed, this expiry coming up tomorrow. Let's see here. Bitcoin has been in a danger zone for the most part of its last week, with prices dropped to a low of 30,000 on the 19th of May before taking in $7,000 in the short-term correction. We've recovered decently well, I guess. Let's see here. Industry players. Again, I don't want to spend too much time analyzing other people's thoughts on this, but be forewarned, the big expiry is tomorrow. Happens to coincide with, again, this big market correction that we have. Open interest, not particularly high. Oh, let's see here. As of May 24th. Expiry tomorrow. And
I hate all these articles about like options expiries and open interest. I just feel like there's never any useful information in these things.
I feel like it's just journalists hitting their quota and mailing it in. Like, oh, we got something to write about. Thank God. Something to speculate about. It does no good.
Yeah, I have noticed if you call these high volume nodes, there's quite a bit around 40K, a significant amount around 50 as well, some around 60, another high volume right here around 45.
I'm not sure it works that way.
I'm not sure it does either, but according to this, a significant amount of puts right here around this 50K mark, about 5,500 Bitcoin, but I do not have much to say about that beyond that. Let's get into the next piece here. I'll leave this for a little later. I do want to get to this particular piece here. Bitcoin, of course, tackling 40K as the Biden administration unveils $6 trillion federal spending budget. Of course, this plays into the money printer go burr meme in the United States. Whether or not that is actually true is another matter. But again, in a market driven by speculation and narratives, this is likely to be a strong one.
I don't think so. I mean, good luck getting it past Congress. He's not getting the full $6 trillion. So whatever he's unveiling is not what's going to happen. So I don't think the market is pricing it in very much. Like, why would they? Good luck getting that past Republican, 50%, Republican Senate. It's just not happening.
Yeah, you make a good point. Again, we barely tested 40K from below. So you might very well be right. I don't see a runaway reaction from the market, at least in terms of Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin may get a boost to finally clear 40K at the expense of the US dollar, as the President Joe Biden's new $6 trillion federal spending budget proposal is unveiled. Yes, it's just still a proposal, guys. On May 28th, the US President will announce the massive fiscal policy, the largest since the Second World War, to ensure investments in major infrastructure, education, and healthcare projects, as reported by the New York Times earlier yesterday. Biden reportedly wants the federal government to spend $6 trillion in 2022. He also plans to raise the total spending to 8.2 trillion by 2031. Damn.
But like, think about historically, this article is basically like talking this narrative that this is bullish for Bitcoin in the sense that it's going to help Bitcoin crack 40K. Like, how often have you ever seen a news article that's ever been right about the right direction of the market?
And not only that, this is speculating on the direction of the dollar, but at no point does it actually chart the dollar or at any point talk about what direction. Yeah, it's just, this article is just more, it's base speculation. It's not even like, oh, here's some evidence. It's like, oh, well.
It's like, it's to scare sheep is what it is. It's to get people to buy in.
Again,
something may happen that may cause something that may do something else that may, it's like, okay, that's a lot of ifs, buddy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. If I learn how to fly tomorrow, I'm going to be rich.
I feel you guys. Let's humor this particular writer for just a minute and see if there's anything else here of substance. But Biden reportedly wants the federal government to spend $6 trillion. All right, mention this part. Yeah, indeed, we're looking at multi-trillion-dollar budgets. From here on out, if it's anything like this. Biden had earlier proposed significant tax hikes on America's richest companies and individuals to fund his massive spending program, but it would take the government at least until 2030 to shrink its budget deficits, the Times reported. That means the U.S. would face a monumental debt burden as it borrows money to finance Biden's record proposals. All right, so a big portion, despite I guess Biden looking to raise taxes on a lot of wealthy Americans, going to require interim, at least a lot of borrowing. Again, this is all feeding into the money printer narrative. I'm not saying I actually believe that, but again, these are narratives, and this is how a lot of people perceive the government spending discussion. This scenario, per recent history, serves as an ideal bullish backstop for Bitcoin. The crypto rallied, of course, from its March lows as the U.S. government ramped up spending. But again, this is highly speculative in opinion here. But on the other hand, the U.S. dollar index, Dixie, blah, blah, blah. All right, of course, Alex is going to cover the Dixie. So I will leave.
I take it back. They are talking about the Dixie. What did they say?
Well, in this particular case, the U.S. dollar strength index, which measures blah blah greenback strength, crashed up to 13.38% after topping out in March 2020. All right, so they're talking about historical data. They're talking about what happened back then.
They're talking year over year. So
yes.
Okay.
The government proposing to push our country further into debt, says Pompliano, while simultaneously destroying the value of our currency. This old bag. Pompliano said, historians will write that the government accelerated destruction of the world reserve currency as the citizens cheered them on. Again, guys, this is a narrative. It might not actually come to pass, but it might very well help strengthen the Bitcoin demand among the retail people who buy into this particular narrative. Other analysts also jumped in to propose Bitcoin with its fixed supply as a remedy against a steepening U.S. debt curve. This particular tweet reads, U.S. President Joe Biden set to announce his big $6 trillion budget. Debt as a percentage of GDP will rise to its highest level since World War II. Buy your Bitcoin. There you go. Bitcoin, of course, seeking to reclaim at least the $40,000 level. But as Alex obviously pointed out, this proposal has a long way to go before it even gets through Congress.
Let's move on.
Indeed. Let's head into SEC investigating Ripple's XRP lobbying efforts. Just a quick follow-up to what we covered yesterday following the ongoing SEC versus Ripple saga. SEC is claiming that Ripple made lobbying efforts surrounding the public perception of XRP. Such lobbying efforts have been used to form a legal narrative that XRP fits Ripple's own interests, the SEC claims. And according to the SEC, evidence of XRP perception lobbying will be used to counter Ripple's fair notice defense. Much of what we already touched on yesterday. XRP. I did notice XRP is trending very hard on crypto Twitter and other circles as of late. It seems that in the wake of the big Bitcoin energy hog drama, XRP shills are striking everywhere on the internet, talking about how Ripple and XRP are standing to benefit. But if I, based on what I've read, this SEC still has their hooks in them. Ripple might not be in the clear yet, so proceed with caution. Ripple will go public, so new statements from their CEO. Ripple plans of following Coinbase's footsteps. It may have been hindered by an obstacle, but didn't deter it. The hindrance was caused by the ongoing, of course, SEC lawsuit that we just talked about. Well, apart from the obvious effect it had on XRP's price, let's see here, it didn't result in any decrease in interest, according to Google Trend. Okay, but what about the CEO here?
Brad Garlinghouse.
Yes, let's see here. Brad Garlinghouse had this to say about going public, speaking, of course, at the Consensus Conference. The likelihood that Ripple is a public company is very high at some point, but being in the middle of the SEC lawsuit is a significant hurdle. He further added, it's easier to do that after you have closure and clarity, and that regulatory certainty will have been sought for so long. Let's see here. Chris Larson, also a co-founder at Ripple, said after the current lawsuit, Ripple will go public. Chris wants the company to move in the same direction. All right, so apparently Ripple has its sights set on going public. I guess kind of in the footsteps of Coinbase.
It could be. I mean, it could be a pretty good investment. They've got such a big war chest of XRP that they keep dumping on people's heads.
Yeah.
They've got billions of dollars in cash, right, sitting around.
Indeed. All right, well, I guess best of luck to Brad Garlinghouse. I guess you have a big hurdle to overcome first in the form of that SEC lawsuit, but kind of goes to show you what their long-term plans are. Here's another one from the Bitcoin Energy Bad. Bank of Canada says their CBDC to be of less harm to the environment than Bitcoin. Well, duh, that's about what I would expect. The Bank of Canada continuing to push forward on the release of a CBDC. The Deputy Governor committed to making the CBDC greener than Bitcoin. I'm sure that's likely not too hard to accomplish, especially for a central bank. Currently, Bitcoin mining uses more energy worldwide than the Netherlands. Well, thank you. Yes, so just a quick comment here from the Timothy Lane, Governor of the Bank of Canada. This, of course, topic touches on the hot topic of crypto and Bitcoin in particular and the mining demand, but of course, the centralized digital currency that the bank will release, likely not going to be subject to the type of energy-intensive proof of work mining that Bitcoin would. A big duh, but I guess for the normie news registers, this is probably worthy of printing. Let's see here. Particular comments show that Canada is serious about its desire to launch a CBDC sooner rather than later. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, expect the CBDCs. I mean, they're all hot topic among many central banks around the world. I guess Canada doesn't want to be left behind either. Fellow Canadians, expect your CBDC to be here sooner than later. What do we have here? China's crackdown on Bitcoin mining is getting real. This according to Quartz. Of course, this after banning the use of trading a cryptocurrency, Beijing has indicated it will turn next to crypto mining. I wonder if this is anything too new. This is likely a rehash of a developing story over the last week. Under these rules, big data centers and cloud computing firms will see preferential policies from the government withdrawn, while telecom companies, internet firms, and even cyber cafes will have their business license revoked or operations suspended if entities are found to be engaged in crypto mining, according to a new notice from Chinese authorities. Additionally, companies or individuals that are found to use crypto or collect money laundering will be handed over to the judicial authorities. Blah blah blah. All right, so China's looking to set its sights further on this crypto crackdown. Again, I'm curious.
It's even better for American miners.
Certainly seems to be the narrative that's emerging. All right, guys. Not gonna indulge in this one either. But how are we doing on time? Are we right ready to go into the next segment? We certainly are. 1:35. Perfect. Let's get into the live chat. Shout everyone out. Here we go. Gonna expand the live chat window just a touch. And let's get it over here. And we are good. Let's see who joined us here first in the live chat this afternoon. We have Jordan Stotts on YouTube, writing, glad to see you gentlemen back. Excited for the show. Well, thank you, Jordan. We are glad to be back. Bruto Martins on YouTube. Hey, back to the basics. David Rice, Buck YouTube. Yes, I can understand that sentiment. Hardlight1234. Hey Alex, would it be possible to link the VWAP indicator you use? I accidentally reset my charts. I think by VWAP he means the VPVR.
We already worked it out.
Oh, already worked it out in the chat. Understood. David Rice busted off, and I like to watch the show on DLive. Thank you. Let's keep going. Rhino TD, Kryptonians, happy Thursday. Yes, a very happy Thursday to all of you. Let's see here. Valk Mike, back on YouTube. Wow, yes, thank you, Valk Mike. We are back on YouTube, and I couldn't help but notice all the YouTubers must have got their notification pretty early. You all had your comments in right at the start of the show. Electric on DLive writes, hello, everyone. Bflow says, are we now jailbirds? Not sure. Shitbirds maybe, but Ron Legato on Twitch. Oh, shout outs to you, Ron. Joe Blow on YouTube. Where's the guy that started this channel? All right, I guess that was the gentleman a little unhappy with not seeing Justin's face anymore. Trust me, we are holding it down as best we can. Franklin MC on DLive saying, I'm new. Well, welcome, new user Franklin MC. You've, of course, arrived at, I think we're the #1 crypto show on DLive. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it was a low bar to clear, but we cleared it. So
it wasn't a particularly high bar, but you know, DLive is a crypto kind of kind of a crypto related platform. So I would say it's no small prize to have risen to the top of the DLive cryptocurrency streamer leaderboards.
Yeah. We were also at the top of the Trovo leaderboards too.
With the one viewer that we had, Johnny.
In some sense, yes, we very well were. But yeah, Franklin MC, do follow and subscribe. We come to you live every day, Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day. So if you do like quality technical analysis on all things crypto and markets beyond, this is the place for you. All right, Jay Reinhold. Wow, I missed you guys. What's up? Thank you, and welcome back to the show, Jay. Alex1233, hello, good evening to you all. Good evening to you, Mr. Alex1233. Taz Blitz, I'm back from a 3-day camping trip, and I need to catch up. Well, Taz Blitz, let me tell you, congrats on your camping trip. Hope you had fun. But the markets haven't really done a whole lot of anything in the last 3 days.
They've been doing a bunch of camping themselves.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. X Windor on YouTube. Hello. Shoutouts to X Windor. Rhino TD says, I need a camping trip. I feel you there.
Yeah, I need to go sleep on the ground somewhere.
Let's see here.
Well, if any of you are looking to go on vacation, I can recommend Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yes,
you're not going to be doing much camping, but I suppose you could just go sleep out on the beach and you'd be fine.
I don't think I don't think they want people doing that.
Oh, for sure not.
Yeah, you're more likely to end up in a drunk tank, Jason. But whether something tells me you might have experienced that or sleepy night on the beach already. But let's continue. David Rice, yes, shoutouts to you. B-Flow, I probably mentioned. Let's keep going. Let's see here. We also have Light Ally. I bought in at a bad time, says Light Ally on Twitch, but I've held on, as most have been telling me. All right, well, yes, Light Ally, you very well could have bought much of the top. You might have very well FOMO'd in into the market euphoria that was rampant just a few weeks ago.
Sunday was the worst day to be selling, even though it felt so bad. Sunday felt so bad, and there was certainly, I considered, well, maybe I should just, things look so rough, maybe I should just cut my losses. But in times like that, there's almost always some sort of relief bounce in the market. Which is as you're discovering.
Yeah, the market's designed to pressure you that way. The moment you feel the absolute worst and want to take profit is usually the moment that you're probably going to get a reprieve. It's just funny how it works. But that's why you have to stick to such a good system of making those decisions so you're not completely guessing. That's why you need a rule set before you even get involved with trading. That's why we preach so hard about building a system.
Yes, indeed. Let's keep going. We're going to knock out the live chat comments very shortly and get into the next segment. Let's see here. We have anyone else here? A lot of discussion here. Guardian is with us on DLive. See, YouTube is just paid shells that troll. No, YouTube is not that bad. In fact, we've had overwhelmingly positive comments coming through from our YouTube followers, subscribers, who are very happy and excited to have us back. So, Guardian, YouTube isn't all bad. In fact, I really do love our YouTube audience and loyal audience. Indeed. Alex81SG, I love your show. Your analysis is so valuable. Keep it up. Yes, we certainly do. I do appreciate you guys. Taz Blitz, you guys got my vote. Thank you, Taz Blitz. I appreciate the daily shows as electric. I wouldn't have stuck around or learned nearly as much without it. And thank you for what you do. Well, we do thank you so much. And I thank the analysts, of course, bring you their quality analysis day in, day out. Light Ally, I definitely find this informative and it's much appreciated. Ron Legato, CC should do a Where's Waldo shirt with a picture of Justin on it. I am a buyer. We'll add that to the ideas pile. Yep. Let's have a look. Reinhold, Doge is garbage. All right, not too many Doge fans. I imagine you're gonna find in our community.
Probably quite a few sour people on Doge these days.
Let's see here. Alex1233, get me on the panel. I will lighten up the listeners. Yes, I'm certain there are some.
We need to get a few of you on like a team to where whenever someone asks again, you hound them.
Not that it needs it, he says. Top quality every day. Thank you so much. Crypto Caveman, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the tubes. He says, Caveman, I missed you guys. Well, we missed you too, Caveman. Mac W, you guys are back. Yes, we are, Mac W. It's good to see your name in the live chat again. Let's see here. How many mods do you need for all 20 people watching? Well,
we trust our viewership. That's why so many of them are mods.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's like a really dope nightclub. There's very few people inside, but a lot of guards to keep everyone out.
There you go. That's one way.
In the VIP section.
Insight on Hex. Yes, hang tight. We will get to that request. Jordan Stotts. What crypto pairs is everyone still trading with? Is it USDT? Yeah, certainly. I think Alex posts mostly USD signals. Jason, of course. I think Jason likes dabbling with Bitcoin pairs.
Yeah. Like I answered in the chat there. It's mostly Bitcoin, USDT, or Ethereum if I'm on like Uniswap or FTX or something like that. So yeah, it's predominantly those three.
Let's have a look here. Where have you guys been? Asked MacW. Well, we were suspended from YouTube for a while, but that expired and we're back now. And I promise YouTube overlords, we will be on our best behavior. Hang tight. All right, I think we're at the bottom of the list. We've mentioned and shouted out nearly everyone. Let's make sure. Agency mentioning Republicans doing their best to FUD our bags. Certainly. Calls on BCH. We'll get to a BCH request in a bit. If we can get the spending without the tax hikes, that would be ideal. I totally agree with you, Agency. I really don't have a problem with rampant stimulus spending. Just leave the huge tax hikes at the door, please. Let's see here.
Take your shoes off before you come inside. It's more of it's an Asian method.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
You don't have to.
All
makes
right.
sense.
I think that's about it. Someone asking, Gammon finally coming around on Snyder's view on QE being deflationary. Yes, that's a discussion into some of the market mechanics that we won't get into right now. Luke Jones, Rune, but no DCR Classic. All right, we have at least one VThor fan in here. Polly B, hey everyone. Shout outs to Polly B. Thank you for joining us. Crusha19, another new user. Please do follow and subscribe. Rito92, another new user as far as I can tell. Please do follow and subscribe, and we will get to your Algorand request in a little bit. Toes in the sand as well. Gonna shout you out, my man. And Any Word. I found you guys by chance last week on DLive. Yeah, Any Word. I remember you coming through just, I guess maybe it was just a week ago. You've been a regular follower ever since, and I do appreciate you, Any Word. And you're dropping decent requests in all the time. So shout outs to new user Any Word. DLive content is better than YouTube, he says. They censor though, not recently as much. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who do like DLive for that particular reason. Wayarna, I see your request. Mr. Unicorn, I see you as well. Hang tight. And someone by the name of Ward Bread says, I sold my crypto today. Well, might not be a bad move, to be honest. Maybe this is the relief bounce with another... Go ahead, Jason. Say again.
I was just saying, could be the move, man. You might have done yourself right.
You might have done yourself very right, Ward Bread. New user, but do follow and subscribe. You might very well be very correct. I would love to have your type around here. Nith Soki, just a strange question, but if the U.S. stock market pulls back from the current highs, how will it impact crypto? Well, I presume it could pull everything down with it if there's weakness in the market. But generally, if you're talking about the U.S. stocks, okay, I could very well see a similar trend following through. Seems like there's more correlation than ever, but something tells me the U.S. stocks might continue their climb ever higher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting narrative.
We're gonna be setting new all-time highs for the next 10 years, guys. I wouldn't be surprised. That's it, guys. Everyone's been shouted out. It's time to get into the main analysis. This is, of course, brought to you by Alex. So I'm going to connect to your live stream whenever you go live. Alex, we'll hop over to the next scene. Here we go. Alex just went live. We are gonna jump in here. He's currently looking at the BTC USD chart on the 3-hour. All right, Alex, I am on board, watching you now, and we will be getting into the requests in a little while, guys. So get your requests in now into the live chat. I will be diligently working on collecting them. In the meantime, do enjoy the TA, brought to you by Alex. Be right back.
Okay. So we haven't really moved much at all since yesterday. Just kind of moved down, faked up a little bit, and now it looks even more as if we're going to be breaking down from this spot and retesting lower. I'm looking, if we do move down here, I'm looking at maybe just a retest of 33,000 here on Bitcoin. And similarly on Ethereum, I would be looking for $2,100, $2,000 area.
Yeah, I was really eyeing that 2,200 range.
Yeah, let's zoom out here. You can see what I'm looking at.
Big old nice inverse head and shoulders. Or you think it's gonna break straight through?
No, that would be a test. So yeah, you can see a lot of volume down here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see the same spot over here. And then as an outlier, there'd also be a retest of the low right here. But I would be surprised to see us retest the wick of this low.
Mm-hmm.
So these are really, I think, the the options of where price could end up retracing to. So a minor retracement would bring us right here and give us like a kind of a higher time frame inverse head and shoulders.
Mhm.
But we could test as low as this area right here. You can see we've wicked down into this this order block before, so it wouldn't be.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. It can wick all the way down there and get bought all the way back up like it did that last time.
Yeah.
On that left shoulder. Yep.
And then if for whatever reason we don't end up pulling back here, I would look for a if we could break above, what is this price? 2,900. I'd take 2,900 up to the 34, 35 area. You can see a nice nice bit of consolidation we did right here. Corresponding to this order block right here. So and here you can see on higher time frame. So either a retest here. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This is a previous high. Or we could test as low as the local market point of control, which is where the most volume has been transacted in this area. So we know price will be attracted to that. And there's a lot of liquidity to flush out down here. A lot of people set their stops on the other side of this, I'm sure. As a matter of fact, most people probably, if they were lucky, got their long in this area, most likely above here. How many people were really buying in the 1,800, 1,900 range? Most likely, unless you were there in this 6 hour period we were down here, you had to have had limit order set. And if you were here during those 6 hours, you had to be brave enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to market buy $1,800 right now, which not a lot of people necessarily are thinking that on this afternoon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it looks a little obvious now in retrospect, but
Right. It's always easy to say that.
Exactly. So on Bitcoin, I would still like to see us move up into resistance before we have that final hard leg down. But we could still test just a little lower right here before doing that. Just kind of sucker in just a few last shorts before moving up. Let's look at EOS today, since EOS is having such a banger day. Well, whether log or linear, we do seem to have broken the downtrend here on EOS Bitcoin. EOS Bitcoin, I think, looks very, very interesting here, having broken out of this long-term downtrend and holding the break of the downtrend here with this break. So we could test down here near 1,200 sats. Yeah, 1,200 sats. Because there was a lot of volume transacted, and this is the point of control. But I don't expect us to go that much lower here. I think it's really bullishly postured. So I'm still betting on EOS to continue to diverge from the market in this spot. Let's look at the USD pairing. There we go. So on EOS, I still expect a rejection from resistance and a move downwards, like we're expecting on basically all the alts and on Bitcoin here. We had a super tough week and like a climactic, an actual selling climax on the weekend. You can see just so overextended down here. And so we have a reflexive kind of a relief bounce. but we could still see trading down here in the $4 range. As we wick down here, we reject, and we come down into this area. So that would kind of stink. However, this makes sense. This is an important area. We've seen it's been resistance and support several times here in the past. So support becomes resistance, resistance. Kind of flips here for a second, but still an important level. Boom, we break down below it.
Is that the 3-day?
Yeah, this is the 3-day.
That ends in 6 hours, right?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So that's a good reference on that. Yeah, I could definitely see a stab to the upside, then the downside off that.
Yeah. So I think this is the worst case scenario. We come down here and we trade around below $4 and above $3. Either way, I still feel good about EOS continuing to move upwards now that we've broken this downtrend and started to kind of experience volatility expansion. You can see volatility gets very low here for a little while. Then the impulse movements come in. Volatility expands. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how things turn out. Obviously, I kind of hope that the market just continues to move up here, but I don't see it on Bitcoin and EOS. When you look at this, actually, let's just look at it without the lines. Sure, fine. We move up here. Another week, another 2 weeks of up movement. We're gonna come down and test lower again.
Yeah, you don't get those gigantic candles without some kind of retracement to the median of them.
Yeah, I think 45,000 on Bitcoin. Let's turn this back on. I'm fairly certain I have it marked out here. Not here. Yeah, here on the CME chart.
Yeah, that 48 range.
Mm-hmm. Get a gap fill.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been looking at. But I think that we still have another test down before we get that pop up.
Okay.
I think we complete a pretty solid head and shoulders across like ETH, inverse head and shoulders across ETH, Bitcoin. Then they jump and complete, trap more shorters. Boom, we get that pump up. Everyone gets excited, traps a bunch of longs, and then we take that next dive down.
Mm-hmm. Here on Ethereum, you can see the break of the uptrend here. So this is another reason why I'm thinking we got to move down here in this spot. We've already made 3 attempts on this and been rejected each time.
Starting to break that 12-hour trend. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Positive day on Bitcoin dominance.
I mean, that literally looks like a hammer's forcing it down.
What do you mean?
Like the way, like that pattern. Like when you look at it, see how the tops are very flat, and it just sells back off. Then it pumps up a little bit more, sells back off. Like the tops. Like to me, when I see that, that just means that sellers are in control in that moment.
Well, it's not necessarily sellers or buyers. I mean, this is just the ratio between Bitcoin and the alts. So
yeah, I wasn't talking about Bitcoin dominance specifically. I was just saying that pattern.
I see. Okay.
Like when I look at it across any coin. But anyways. We got something happening with the mics.
I don't think so.
Don't think so. It seems clear.
Here on Uniswap Perp, so much resistance overhead. I was talking about this yesterday. Maybe we could go to 60,000, maybe 65, but more downside.
I just realized what I did. I was looking at the wrong chart. No wonder you were confused.
Yeah.
I was looking at YouTube and it's the lag. I forgot.
Here on Dragon Perp, I really like this resistance area right here. Let's see, for whatever reason, there's mostly only buyers in this area. Like someone had a waiting buy order that just got pushed all the way through. I don't know. I like this as resistance. Imagine you had that order. As price reaches your area, you would be frantically dumping your position as you neared it.
Yep.
Okay. B5 Perp, lots of resistance overhead. Shown here, we're not even at the top of this trading range, so there's still room to move up. Also like 12,800 here. But again, after we have this relief, more retracement. Another move downwards. Perhaps as far as 3,500 here on D5 Perp. More upside, probably as high as 4,800 here, and then we collapse down to maybe this point of control. And it's just the same story across the board, guys. Mm-hmm. We're already starting to reach some resistance at the previous high right here on Exchange Perp, as you can see. The good news is that we're so extended below the daily baseline that since price is mean reverting, we're likely to continue to move up here. I don't see anything particularly great looking on any of our indicators. I mean, there hasn't even been much use for the indicators today since we're still so overextended from the move. Our momentum oscillators aren't caught up.
Mm-hmm. Big moves like this really upset your oscillators on when you trade daily.
Yeah. Perp, I think, is setting up for a good short soon. We could. I have this area marked out as resistance, and clearly we are experiencing resistance here. But we could keep moving up as high as 8,000 before we retest the lows here. This patch of volume down here is interesting to me.
Yeah. Weird inefficiency in the market there.
It's just the same story across the board, guys. We have an awful lot of resistance overhead and a lot of room to move downwards and still hold our weekly trends. As you guys I did this earlier last week, but if you zoom out here, you can see our weekly trend is all the way back here. This is our least parabolic weekly trend right here. We've got a lot of room to move down, retest that trend, or even move down and then move sideways. It's impossible to say how this is going to happen. All we can really do is look at places where there's been a lot of volume transacted and think to ourselves, is this an area price might like to go back to? If I was an institution and I wanted to pick up bags, where would be good locations? Where do people have bags that are likely to be pushed out of their positions? Our more parabolic trend broken, last parabolic trend still holding, and our least parabolic trend really far below us. Lots of resistance overhead here. Same story. There's just nothing really going on with any of the alt baskets that is really appealing looking. I really feel like the next couple of weeks as we wandered upwards are going to be our chance to get out of our bags for maybe a couple months. It really does look like that may be the case here.
Yeah, the old selling may walk away.
No, let's see what the broader markets are doing. If they're strong, then that could be a sign that strength will return to crypto. And maybe it was just, a bad couple weeks, get people super bearish. People did get super bearish this weekend.
Pretty quick, too.
Yeah. People are like, that's it. It's all over. It's all over.
Sell it all. It's going to zero.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly that, like, when we were at 3,000 like a year ago.
Well, good news is the dollar is basically sideways today. We want the dollar to move down. Sideways is okay. We unfortunately have this break of the uptrend as of yesterday, or break of the downtrend as of yesterday at support. Not a great look if we need the dollar to be breaking down here.
Yeah, looks pretty solid for now.
Yeah. Very concerning. So with the dollar sideways, that must mean there's not much panic on the markets. Either up or sideways on traditionals. Let's see. Up. This is up. Okay, we gap up and then trade down today on the Dow Jones. That's interesting. We gap all the way up here, trade up in the morning, and then the rest of the day we sell down here at resistance, which is what we are expecting, right, guys? We are expecting heavy resistance in this area. That's why we have this marked out. So far, kind of on track to do the final swan dive that we're looking for here. This could take a couple weeks. This is all the way out in June. Sideways can take longer than you think. Look at how long Bitcoin took to collapse. We were saying Bitcoin was going down for 3 months, right? It's like, I just don't feel right. It's just not right. All right, what's up with the NASDAQ? Ew, that's not great. NASDAQ down.
Did it fill that gap?
This gap, they filled it over here.
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart again. Yes. Okay, it did fill. Yep.
Yeah. So as you can see, we did not get this resistance level that we were looking for, but we still have two heavy areas of resistance overhead here on the NASDAQ, and of course this broken linear uptrend as shown. Our hope is that we do find support here on this level. If we can move on to all-time highs on the NASDAQ, then that's great. That will be kind of a sign of risk back on for larger institutions, and I think that the crypto can make new highs too, along with the NASDAQ. But right now we see this is like a kind of a classic dead cat bounce because it's on reducing volume here.
Yeah. That's kind of what it feels like to me.
Yeah. So here is a retest of the highs. We see this is the sign of weakness in the market. So if things are so bullish, why do we spend so much time down here? It should be like boom, 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 move up. Boom, click, 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 click. Retest of the highs. Boom. We move down again. It's kind of like chopping down a tree. It takes more than one hit from sellers. We'll see. We'll see. But I feel that this is bearish here. This, to me, looks like a topping behavior in the market. And that really gives us two places where we could look to be buyers. Here at the bottom of this this previous consolidation area, we've got support, and then all the way back here, support of the previous all-time high from back in February of 2020, March. All right, well, the SPY, as always, somewhere in between. Up, kind of. Still below the daily baseline. Still below resistance. Not really a good look here. Okay, yeah, this is a linear trend. Very similar looking to the NASDAQ. Pushing up into resistance right now. We'll see, guys. But to me, this is bearish. The dollar looks like it's found support. The three major traditional market indices are they look like they're topping. We'll look at the Russell too. It's kind of the fourth that stands in for small caps. That's up 1% today. This is vaguely bullish. Okay. I could see us moving at least back to the top of the trading range, but frankly, unless we closed above 2350, and I saw us move above this area of liquidity, not just into it, but above it, I wouldn't be sold here. This looks too much like forming a top right here. Lots of sideways. Very far underneath our moving average here. Maybe. Alternate scenario. The Russell 2000 is actually the most bullish of these three. This looks more sideways than the other ones do. This looks less like a topping pattern and potentially reaccumulation. So why would that be? Why could Russell continue where the NASDAQ and the others don't? Russell 2000 is for small cap stocks. As the US opens back up, small businesses will do better than the larger tech giants that have been doing very well during the pandemic and been mostly selling to people stuck in their homes. With people out and about, nobody wants to stay inside and continuing to order stuff on Amazon. I don't know about you, but with the country opening back up, I definitely plan to be doing like more stuff with people, considering that I haven't been able to do so much in the last year plus. I saw lots of people. All the hotels on Puerto Rico were full because there's not a lot of places. Currently, you can't just like leave the country and go visit places. Europe isn't fully back open yet, but Americans are ready and raring to go. So I could see an argument to be made that the Russell 2000 could continue here. Sellers are kind of weakening and not strengthening like we see over here on the NASDAQ. So more volume, less volume here on the buying. Buyers decreasing, sellers increasing. Maybe. Maybe. I would like to be wrong here about being bearish. But ultimately, I think things do still look more bearish than bullish here.
Yeah, I think they do as well. I think that if you inverted that last chart that you were just on the weekly,
yep,
and people would be looking for an inverse head and shoulders on that. Like,
let me go back.
I forget which one you were just last on.
The NASDAQ here?
Maybe, yeah, go to the weekly.
Oh, the weekly, sorry.
I guess the left shoulder is a little bit higher, but you're getting bottoming behavior there. If you were looking at that,
potentially, I can also see us move up, move down, and retest the trend line a couple times before projecting. Yeah,
that's why it's hard to pick the direction at this point. But looking at the overall direction of what the pattern looks like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be breaking a new all-time high.
Yeah. But see, this right here, inverted, this looks like it could break down further.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. See, that looks like it would be a continuation to the downside. But also, you could get that shoulder behavior. So yeah, very interesting spot that we're in the market.
Let's go ahead and do chart requests. Jack.
Yep, I'm here, right about to get started. I have a good batch of requests already logged. I appreciate everybody who's contributed a request thus far. Let me rejig the on-screen display here, give everybody a peep at today's request list. Give me just a second. Let's hide this and reveal this and drag this slightly up. All right, first one on the list today is coming from BFlow as well as Mr. Ether. Can you guess what it is? It's going to be Hex.
Yeah.
Hex USD.
All right.
BFlow writes, can you get some insight on Hex USDC on the daily? Is that a light rejection at the highs or a swing pattern failure? I'm not aware that... Oh, it does trade against...
I mean...
Oh,
on
kind of, yeah. All right.
It's probably a rejection of the highs, but I don't really have any way of knowing that. All I can say is it's at resistance.
You're supposed to know everything, Alex.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. That's not really a question I can answer for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait until it breaks down for confirmation of the high, or you could be cautious and take profit at resistance. But I can't tell you what it's gonna do. I'm sorry.
All right.
I mean, things are bullish on it though. Now you look back in time, it's like, oh, it's just all winding up for this move. It wasn't so obvious back then, but I could see it still go. Let's see it keep going. What's next?
All right, let's have a look.
Start another project.
He is launching some kind of fork of Ethereum, ostensibly with lower fees. Yeah, DYOR on that one, guys. But the speculation, of course, is Richard Hart's a good shiller, and judging if it's anything like the performance of Hex, maybe this is one airdrop you may want to claim. I'm still going to be on the fence on this one, but let's look into the next request. I see one here. Maybe we can.
To get an airdrop is asking to get dumped on. It happens every time. Only do that if you want to lose money. That's my opinion if you're holding something for an airdrop.
No, I think, well, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to be deployed, but yeah, you're probably right. If you do want to get in on this this new whatever he's releasing, maybe consider scooping it up when the market dumps on it, and then yeah, scraping those lows. I think, however, Hex did something similar. It bottomed pretty hard before it's had this crazy run up, so you don't necessarily have to FOMO into it to try to get in right on the airdrop date. Maybe look for a buying opportunity if you like the project, a few days out from the launch. Let's have a look here. There's one here from Nitin Soki on YouTube. Could you explain why you want the dollar to break down?
The dollar and Bitcoin are inversely correlated. Dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes up. Dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down.
Oh, that's all there is to it. Thank you for that particular one. Let's dive into the next request. This is for MacW on YouTube. Any calls on BCH? Yes. Anything you can call on BCH?
Let's look at it.
No.
I can see us push up into this volume up here. Yeah, I think like everything else, we're looking at this pushing up into some resistance. and then breaking down to retest lower. I can see it returning to this point of control down here. I have this resistance area marked out. It seems kind of unlikely, but I mean, I guess I don't know where else would be a good resistance level than this previous resistance level. So I guess let's look to see it retest 1,000, 1,100 from below. Like everything else, I think you can move up here before it retests this area. Although that being said, if we retest down here a few times before we move up, then we might not even experience resistance. That would be the most bullish scenario. Is we test this consolidation area that you see right here, which is a very nice, strong consolidation area. The more we test down here, the more likely that this is just the bottom, period. Like, this is BCH's bottom. Like, it's never going to be worth less than $400 again or $450 again. That's a legitimate possibility at this time. It certainly looks like it's almost ready, right? This reminds me of EOS. Very long consolidation period. We get volatility expansion. 1, 2, 3. We pull back hard. Test this area again. A little sideways. And then the fun starts. Right? What's next?
All right, there is your look at BCH. Shoutouts to Mac W. Going to highlight a comment really quickly here from Lambo Dreams. Looks like the market isn't confident it's going to see a large increase in net spending approved. Would be a brutal deflationary spiral on assets, especially Bitcoin, if this fiscal stimulus flops. Could be the case, but something tells me maybe not in its entirety, but I think we are heading toward major fiscal spending. Let's get that Green New Deal, guys, please. Let's the Biden admin, hopefully the one that can get it done. In the meantime, let's hop into the next request. Jordan Stotts writes, you guys, gals, see any move up in SC, Siacoin? All right. Any prospects of SC pumping from here?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to do what everything else is doing and move up towards resistance. Ooh. See a couple different levels where we might find resistance. I see right here. Previously resistance, support. And then this interesting level right here, which has also been resistance in the past. Resistance here, and resistance here. Support here. So these are the two levels where I would probably be looking to, I guess, get out if you also believe that there's going to be a further move down. But yeah, I think Siacoin can move up just like everything else can move up here. I don't know what order. I don't know why some are popping off, but some haven't popped off yet. But they all seem to be doing kind of the same thing, you know? Even EOS, which is kind of ahead, but it is still hitting its head on resist. Like EOS and MATIC and Maker, that Maker and MATIC had definitely pulled far ahead here in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, where the bullish momentum go? We are turning over on the 12-hour. The same thing here on MATIC.
Hasn't quite been able to break that trend.
You look at Maker and MATIC and you think, well, maybe everything will just move down here and retest this point of control area again. And the other ones, they just topped out way sooner. Maybe there were more people selling it, like right here on Ethereum.
Yep.
We see that this is a resistance level. It's just a little surprising that we're topping out so soon. I was expecting to see us like push up more towards this 3152. We see resistance here. We see this order block right here.
And maybe they still will, and those were just kind of a window into what we will see.
Yeah. I like that. I like that so far we're getting resistance where we'd be expecting it for our fib retracement right here.
Mm-hmm. And that would put us back down into that red, but catching support on the yellow.
Yeah, here on Binance, the area we're targeting for the retracement is also a point of control. So there's all sorts of reasons why we would be interested in that area.
Yeah.
What's next, Jack?
All right, thank you.
What's the point of control there marked out? What's the number?
2113. Oh, right on 2100.
All right, let's dive into the next one. Thank you, Jordan Stotts, for the request on Sidecoin. Hopefully, answers your question on potential upside move on SC. Next up, we have ALGO. Algorand for Reed092 on Twitch. Any thoughts on ALGO, he asks.
What is our downtrend? This is probably our downtrend. Huh. You know, when I look at Algo here, I almost feel like after just a little bit of retracement, we'll just move right up to maybe $1.18, $1.20. That's where I see resistance. Yeah. But there's also a decent amount of volume down here at the bottom of this wick that I see also wanting to be retested. I'm kind of not sure what order things are going to happen here for the market. Like, do we move up then down or down then up? Yeah, it's pretty clear that we're in for some major volatility again soon, but the more I look at the charts, the less clear it is. Yeah, I guess $1.20, whenever we reach there, would be the resistance. That's where I'd be looking to unload my bags. What's next?
All right, there is your look at Algorand. Shout outs to the Twitch user Reed. Let's get into the next one. We have Ethereum Classic for Way Arnott. Could you take a look at ETC USD? He asks. Quick notice to everyone on DLive. The chest is planning for opening in about 15 minutes. Stand by for that.
Glad I didn't take that signal.
Yeah, this looks pretty topped out on the 12-hour, doesn't it?
I mean, she's riding down that trend line, but you don't know if that's going to break up or not.
Mm. This is the trend. I wouldn't ape into this, not with the 12-hour looking the way it does. It's just very, it's looking very flaccid, you know? I would be very cautious here in this spot. The 4-hour too looks really topped out. We see very strong resistance here at the point of control. A lot of volume transacted here, maybe selling up into orders. I'd be pretty cautious. Where would we be looking to buy? First place would be right around $58. And then if that didn't hold, we'd probably be looking for a retest for around 45 right here. Maybe 40, yeah, 45, 49. Okay, what's next?
There's your look at Ethereum Classic. We are going to head into MacW's request. I believe this request just writes Doge exclamation mark. All right, I think he wants to see a quick look at Doge.
Let's see. Let's try linear here. Maybe? It kind of looks like we've broken out, but we're also rejecting from the 12-hour baseline right now. So this could just be like a little fake out. We move back in and then break lower. That would really suck. All right, so the 12-hour trend broken, but we can see that there's a daily trend that's more like this, and this one is not broken. So this would suggest that we get another retest down here around like 26, maybe 25 cents. We fake out below the descending wedge, and we cross back up and then break up. So I would try and secure it lower, maybe around, 25 cents is a support level we see right here, right? So we move up, click, 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 click. We retest support, and then we break up out of it.
Yeah, I think that even could be the beginnings of inverse head and shoulders again. So then you have your stab down for your neckline, your break back above, then boom.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, and this could still, we could be down here like June.
Yeah, it could take a while.
Yeah. Maybe. So I for you Doge lovers, I don't want, this is not a guarantee. If you see me just draw a line like this, this is no guarantee, but I could see that happening. It's a possibility.
I've been saying a test of 5 cents. That's going to happen. I think it's going to have another big one down.
So actually, if we consider this to be like a measured move, then here, let's go back on the daily. Let's take the daily measure move. Then where would we actually be targeting rather than new all-time highs? Where would a measured move take us to? Oh, okay.
Clone.
Maybe break out from like over here-ish. It'd basically take us right back to this resistance support level right here. So if we bounce from 25, I would look to take it all the way back up towards 55 cents at least, and then see what happens. And that's a big if. So this is a lot of speculation here, and not the good kind of speculation. That we're speculators. I mean, like, I am kind of guessing about what may happen in the future, but this is just, price does do things like this very frequently, so it's a more likely than not scenario. Okay, what's next?
All right, thank you for the extended look at Doge for MacW. Let's get into the next one. About 10 minutes to go for that chest opening. Nitsoki on YouTube writes, Celsius Network, I guess, is what he wants to look at next.
No one's asked for that one in a while. Ooh. This is shaping up pretty nicely, I think. Let's go to a higher time frame. Where am I getting this line from?
Yeah, I'd back that line out a little bit more on that close. There you go.
Okay, so I kind of see this as like a descending broadening wedge.
Yep.
In this case, I see a lot of resistance in this area. I would probably look for one more retest down here of 4 cents.
At least.
Yeah. And then once you see us not test this bottom again, not test the bottom of the trend line again, then that's your sign to take this break of the descending broadening wedge. But I mean, yeah, I would wait for a retest lower here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not quite there for a long, as you can see, we're still below 0 on our oscillator. So, what's next?
All right, thank you for that. Question that's easily answered from Wardbread on Twitch. How do I get the blue and white thing on the left? That's VPVR. Alex, could you open the indicator tab just to kind of show him where it's found?
Yeah, sure. This is super easy. You open your indicators right here. There is actually a whole category devoted to volume profile. I use visible range. This is the one that you see over here. It just takes whatever volume is in the date range that you're looking at and makes out of it. So you move back the date range, you get more volume that it takes into it. So it's the visible range of volume, but there's other ways you could do it. So there's session volume, which shows you each day's VPVR. So you can see where the volume was transacted on this day, on this day, on this day, on this day. And it kind of gives you a sense where the important levels are on any given day. And you will of course find that the same levels are often used from day to day, right here, right here, right here. It's kind of an important level. All right, let's go ahead and turn this off. This is, I mean, I don't do any intraday trading, so it's not useful to me. But if you do intraday trading, then that could be highly useful. And then there's fixed range, which is kind of like visible range. Are you're not going to do the thing? Okay.
Nope.
I guess not. Maybe I've already got it open. No. Okay. Well, basically, you just kind of draw a. Oh. There we go. You draw the date range, and it will show you the volume profile for that date range. So those are the things that it does. Huh. CELR are looking kind of nice on lower time frames. Didn't mean to be looking at CELR, but I've been looking at CELR and not Celsius. Oh my goodness, this is not even the chart this guy asked for. I'm glad I spent some time looking at this. Okay. Anyway, CELR looking kind of nice here on lower time frames. Let's go to Celsius Network. Oh.
Much different chart.
Yeah, this looks pretty rough.
Yeah, you're getting hammered down again. Looks very weak. Look at all the volume.
Yep. I just see consolidation. That's what I see. I see a consolidation area. We'll wait to see what happens here. Right now, price is it's moved up a lot. It's just consolidating. We'll see. Sorry that it was originally the wrong chart, but hopefully this answers your question. Just don't do anything with it for right now. What's next?
Indeed. Yes, thank you for catching that one, Alex. Let's dive into the next request. Here we go. But it's a quick reminder, 5 minutes for the chest opening. In the meantime, wheat USD, but this isn't the commodity. This is a token. Yes, another food name token. You're gonna need metamorphosis.chartx.pro.
You want to start a soybean crypto, Alex?
What? Hey, chart's doing something today, guys.
Finally.
Stinker.
But yes, check out wheat on PancakeSwap. And Mr. Soki on YouTube, I do presume you wanted wheat. When you wrote wheat USD, you're referring to this particular BSC token.
Oh, you're getting it.
Let's just put up some TA on this, draw some lines out. What we got going on here? Ooh. Nope, nope. Why? Come on. Make the line. Do it. Do it because I said so.
I don't like it.
Okay. So I think this is pretty oversold right now. It's a very nice and orderly decline that we've had here. This is always a good sign. I think people have been really pushed out of their positions. It's kind of hard to tell how long we're going to be down here accumulating for these shitcoins. God damn it. I hate the placement of this. Okay, well, we just can't look at the weekly chart because I can't fucking click on it.
Does it not let you scroll with your mouse?
There we go. No, it's just that the ChartX logo is like over it. On top of. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so this level is also, it's a gap on the 3-day. That's interesting. So I think if we can close above $5.75, then I think we could move all the way up to retest resistance or support as resistance here. Maybe around $9. I think that's what makes the most sense. We've already reached the end of this measured move. Let's go ahead and use this data over here. Okay, let's go back down to the daily for a second. Yeah, let's use this. We'll use this. All right. Control C, Control V. Measured move would take us. Oh, look at that!
What a
right down here. So I think this is telling us that the move downwards is over now for wheat. If you want to accumulate in this area, I think it could be good. You just have to like not be scared out of your position. We could test $3.50 again. I don't know that for sure, but I think if you bought in this area, you could be pretty assured that we would move at least back up towards $9 or so and retest this area. But you could be especially sure if we close above $5.50, $5.75 area. Because then we would be above this resistance support area, and then this is all back on the table to kind of tap up here, retest this. So we probably even retest $10, but that's a nice psychological area. So it could be anywhere in here that we retested, but that's probably the best way to play this on wheat. What's next?
All right, 1 minute to go for the chest, guys. Stand by for that. We are going to have to step up the pace to power through the remaining requests. We got a generous amount of them still left. AAVE. AAVE is next.
Oh, who's this we? You got a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah. His name's Cheezers.
Right now, we're getting resistance in an area where we would be expecting it. This has been a resistance support level here, resistance here, support here, resistance here again. Right now on lower time frames, I think this looks pretty crappy. It looks like we're kind of destined to retest $250. This area right here. But we could test as low as 200. Yeah, I would suggest to you that it's probably best to continue to be really cautious with the alts in this spot.
Collect your lemons.
That's right, guys. Get your lemons in. Here's a little preview of my lemon window here. I'm clicking collect. Looks like it's in, boys. I got my collection claim in for the 407 lemons. Thank you to Ben, of course, for preparing to open the lemon chest in the background. Let's
I
get...
feel like we used to give away a lot more lemons.
I think we're averaging more. We used to be more peaky, and now we're hitting a more reasonable average per day. But with that said, shoutouts to Lambo Dreams. You are in first place with nearly 100 lemons. I came in second somehow, not sure how, but yes, I swept it pretty good with 53 lemons. ETH won with 38 lemons, Electric with 30, and Alex81SG with 28 lemons. There is your big lemon giveaway. Thanks to everybody who participated. Rest assured, my portion of the lemons are going to go right back in the chest. Let's...
Here on AAVE, this is a really strong weekly rejection right here. Boom, boom, just slam down. So I don't see us going much above 475. That's the max right here, and then more downside. I'm just sure of it. There's just more downside here. What's next?
All right, home stretch of the show. We will power through the remaining ones. I can already tell Alex is stepping up the pace. Reinhold on YouTube. Omizago, please.
There's no way we get through this video.
We're already starting to push up into some resistance right here.
Man, I would like that for a continuation short, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is not a bad area to be looking to find resistance. You can see just pushing up into here. Huh. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it has a lot more upside here available to us.
Looks
I
like
could see it maybe pushing as high as $9.75. We got another resistance area up there. But I would be looking for a little bit more downside retest of this consolidation area, the support area. $1.50, $1.25. Let's GUSD. Here, I think we got a little bit more data on Bitfinex. Yeah. So we see this is a strong consolidation area right here, and we are getting support off of it right now. Consolidation area here, consolidation area over here. So see, it's natural for price to want to come down and be back in this area. This is price likes trading here. If this area, I would say the best case scenario would be we break down and then we come down here and then we just continue to trade down here between $2.50 and $3.50 and $4. That would be, I think, our best case scenario. The worst case scenario is we come all the way down here to like $1.50 and we retest this local point of control, which is not the lows. You know, lows already down here at 50 cents. So we'd still be up 3x off of the lows, but it would be pretty painful coming down from $13.
That'd be more of the pain I'd be looking for.
Litecoin is next.
Kind of same scenario, right?
Yeah, I've been asked about Litecoin every day this week, and all I can say is my resistance level is still around $250, and then I expect us to head down towards like $100. Nothing's changed. What's next?
All right, there's your look at Litecoin. Let's get right into the next one. We have TRB. Paranormal Debunker wants to look at Teller.
Plenty of resistance overhead. I would look for maybe around $100, $110.
It's only about.
And then, of course, a rejection like everything else.
All right, brief look at TRB. Now we have ICP next for Poly B.
Insane Clown Posse.
Looks pretty shitty.
Looks like a fake leg.
Yeah, it looks like sellers have just really stepped in here.
Get it? Because the leg.
That'd be a foot.
Yeah, that's the foot. But on the weekly that you had before, or the daily, it looked a lot better. Got a little soccer ball kicking it.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, I wouldn't touch it. We've got a cross under on the daily. Just yeah.
She looks rough.
There's no reason to be in it at this time. What's next?
Get out now. All right, Maker is next. We have Taz Blitz on D Live requesting Maker. Although you did very briefly look at it earlier.
Yeah, so we'll look at it briefly. Probably a pullback here, but with resistance overhead, definitely a pullback by say $5,000. That'd probably be where we could top out next. And then all the way back down into the 2000s. Guys, I'm not sure where these are pulling back to. It just, the markets, it's just going to be highly volatile. Anything could happen at that point. What's next?
Could be a long summer of corrective market action, guys. I think that's what Alex is kind of projecting here. Jordan Stotts is next. Can you take a look at DBA? It is a agricultural fund, I believe is what he means. DBA AG. Yeah, Invesco.
There's nothing we can do with it below the daily baseline, but it certainly looks like it's bounced here. Fisher likes it. Yeah, you have to wait until it crosses some sort of moving average, man. But I couldn't take it with my system. Maybe you've got a system. What's your system telling you?
What's your system?
Well, no, I mean, do you have a system? Maybe you should consider getting one. User, person asking for chart requests.
Stocks of YouTube. Yes, build yourself a system, my
man.
For
damn sure I do.
Tuned for your AG or DBA agricultural fund.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, I think that concludes your thoughts, which is good because we want to speed through the remaining requests. Jose Alves is looking for a good exit on Theta as well as EOS. Could you give me some advice, he asks. All right.
How are you doing? I'm not doing EOS again.
All right. How can one gracefully exit Theta?
I'd probably look towards $10 again. That was pretty strong resistance these two times. I don't expect to see us any higher than there. That's your best bet.
Wonderful. EOS has already been looked at, so we're gonna move along. All right, this one's actually from me. I couldn't help but notice AMC is on a runaway today. Quickly check in on the breakout on AMC, please.
I think AMC is just always on the coattails of GME.
Well, I mean, AMC might be beyond GME at this point.
Did it?
It's just breaking out.
Hilarious.
Next
movies
are levels at $36.
Movies are coming back, baby.
There you go. Yeah, exactly what Alex was saying earlier. Americans are ready to get out and do these fun things we used to do. Is this part of the short squeeze or part of that greater sentiment?
Maybe this is like the summer of the movie theater, like coming back.
And this is GME. If you guys can see, GME looks pretty strong here.
Yeah, GME looks like it was about to break out, and if it does anything like what you saw AMC did, it's about to run.
That's it, guys. The malls are going to reopen. I'm going to rush there to trade in my games, and then afterwards I'll stop in at AMC.
Open a local trading ring.
You see, that is not why GameStop is pumping. The whole reason GameStop pumping is because they're moving away from brick and mortar stuff, and they're beginning to become a really big online retailer.
Indeed.
I heard it was because they had the new Xbox in stock yesterday.
Mostly I was being satirical, but indeed, and yes, I'm going to rush to AMC right after I catch a screening of Titanic. But in the meantime,
Leo,
indeed. Let's look at
Jack.
Yes, that too. Alex 81SG, could you take a look at BLOK? It's a blockchain ETF, not a crypto. Thank you. BLOK. No.
Did you ever take a look at those mining companies yesterday that you're talking about, Alex?
BLOK. No C. Right. I think I just. Yep. Thank you very much. That's the one.
Meh. I mean, I wouldn't really take it in this spot. I guess we do have a break of the downtrend. Maybe. My system likes it, but my system's not fantastic for stocks, so yes. I say it doesn't make any sense to take chart is basically the Bitcoin chart. Like at this point, you know, just buy Bitcoin if you think the price is going to go up on this. Like, because here, like, let's go ahead and take out Bitcoin on the weekly right here. One minute, here we go.
Yeah, literally the same chart, man.
Yeah. So you got to ask yourself, if these things are so tightly correlated, am I actually diversifying out of crypto because I bought a blockchain stock ETF? Because to me, just buy Bitcoin. All right,
Yeah.
Just buy Bitcoin. It'll do better than this ETF, and it's already, the ETF is already tied to Bitcoin. Basically, you can see. All right, so thanks for coming to my TED Talk. What's next?
Wonderful. Thank you for that overview of that one. Here's one from Boris Bitcoin, GBP, USD. That's right, British pound, US dollar. Quick foray into Forex.
All right.
Yeah. With the Dixie poised to break out, what do you think? This could just be the final test. Swing fail.
Well, I mean, this is the weekly, so.
Ooh.
Looks pretty strong.
Yeah, you need to break that resistance if you haven't already.
You know, today could be a really fantastic continuation long signal. Should be getting the cross up here. Yep, we'll be getting cross up above the daily baseline. I'd take it as a continuation long signal. We basically held this resistance level right here. Test low, boom. Just buyers are just right there. Not even going to let it go below the resistance level. All right. I like it. I'm going to take it myself later today. What's next?
All right, thank you for a quick look at the British pound. We have SAFEMOON for Lambo Dreams next. Let's check in on what SAFEMOON is doing.
All right.
SAFEMOON? When moon?
Yes.
Stay tuned for my incoming token. Scam Moon is arriving soon.
Scam moon.
It is 0 X.
Run it like super legit.
Okay, well, apparently that's not. Zero X2D. There's too many fucking copycats.
He gets kicked off
Let
YouTube.
me quickly tell you which one it is. It is SAFEMOON, you bastard. What is your? Here we go. Found it. It's ends in 8D3. 8 David 3.
I need the first ones.
The first one's 0x8.
More, please.
076.
Okay. Push up into resistance, break down further. Just like everything else. So maybe back to the top of the trading range. I just probably wouldn't do anything with it right here in this spot, especially because we're just like a lot of other things. We're right at this resistance level. If you can snag it down here, I'd take it back up towards whatever the hell fraction of a penny this is, and then I'd probably dump it at this resistance level. You don't want to be in an ultra shit coin if the markets are looking rough.
We're all
Better
going to
wait
be rich boys, scam moon to the moon. Any word. R, pirate chain. A, triple R.
Hey. Okay, I don't know where to. I don't know where R is.
You're back on. Should be back on TradingView. You're still on ChartX.
Okay, well, it's
R's on TradingView.
here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's dive into the next one. We are in the closing minutes, guys. We can afford to skip a few. R is going to have to be one of them. In fact, since we are in the closing minutes, I'm going to name the last couple of requests on the board. Alex, you tell me if any of these tickle your fancy. We have NKN for Torrent on DLive. We have Dash for Tony Sasa on YouTube. Nano and Ontology for Proximus on Twitch. The Ethereum Bitcoin pairing being requested by West Hammer on DLive. And finally, someone requesting BNB USD on Binance. Any of those sound interesting to you?
We'll do NKN, Nano, and BNB.
Let's do it. NKN is first for Torrent.
Looks pretty crappy to me.
Yep, coming right up on resistance.
Right below the daily baseline here. I'd be more looking to try and figure out how I could short it lower. I'd look to pick it back up near 10 cents. What's next? NKN, Nano.
Nano is the next one, yep.
It's already pushing up into this resistance area that we've been looking at since the last time someone asked me about Nano 2 days ago. And we're pushing into it. So I'd be looking to get out somewhere up in this area for a retest lower of like $3.50. Maybe just trade down here in the $4.50 range, but that's like the best case scenario.
Nano Bitcoin look any different?
Not particularly.
All right, finally, BNB. Alex will entertain the final request coming in from ETH1 on DLive. No one wants to see what BNB USDT on Binance will do in the next week, he asks. All right, Binance USDT.
It's right up in the resistance area that we were looking at. If this resistance area doesn't hold, then I could see it push towards 500. But then again, I would expect to see it down near $200.
Yeah.
With an outside, if $200 doesn't hold, then I could see 150, 125. But that's like worst case scenario stuff.
All right, hold the door on BNB. With any luck, I'll be able to exit somewhere in the $500 BNB again. All right, I think that's about it for today. Alex, thank you. Very, very generous and speedy latter half of the TA on the request line today. That's it, guys. We are 2 hours into the show. It's been a solid 2 hours. I do thank everybody who kicked it with us today. Let's quickly hide today's requests and reveal.
Does anybody know if Joe stuck with us?
I don't believe so.
That's too bad.
If he didn't get banned, I'm disappointed. Maybe I should have kicked him. Don't need that
Why?
kind of salty
I
attitude.
would much rather. I feel like Joe is someone that we could win over. He came here expecting Justin, and instead he got the Jack's Bag section of the show, and he just didn't know. He's surprised. I hope that when he sees like the three of us work together, it's like, oh, okay. It's just if he thought that your section was all the TA that there was, I could see being really disappointed.
Well, yeah, I could too.
Is that a shot at Jack?
Yeah, no, I mean, but like all our viewers know, this is the portion of the show where Jack talks about the news and stuff like that, and he just glances over the markets. But if he thought that's like, oh, this is the new TA over at Cracking Crypto, I could see, you know. That's why I was kind of hoping he would stick around.
Yep,
It's dramatically gone downhill.
nothing personal, of course, on that. I totally understand that sentiment. You might be right, Alex. And yeah, maybe if he did stick around, he'd give things a fair shake, and he would be might be coming around. All right.
I'll tell him to just go check out the timestamps if he doesn't want to stick around.
Indeed, guys. We do have timestamps coming after the show. I think they're going to be a little delayed today. Crypto Bull has some things he has to attend to. Probably why we didn't see him in the live chat today. So hang tight, guys. The timestamps will eventually arrive. You'll find them in the description as well as in the new content channel on our Discord. Speaking of our Discord, have you checked out the Discord yet? Are you a member returning from on YouTube for the first time in months? You haven't yet joined the Discord, or you one of the new members in the one of the new followers in the live chat, do join one of the top cryptocurrency related communities here in the Discord space. Discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. That's certainly your invite, your destination for all things crypto Discord. That's it, guys. Check out Premium as well, of course. If you do like the cut of our jib, if you do like the analysis, the signals that our analysts provide, you can get all that, including education material, proprietary indicators, and so much more available to you by checking out premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. All right, not much more to say. I do see a lot of thank yous in the live chat. Mac W, nice hearing from you guys again. Nice having you back in the live chat, Mac W. And yeah, I see a lot of thank yous, and someone asking, do you guys remember that 100% nano pump signal? Yeah, nano pumped 100% at some point. Not sure who posted the signal, but yes, I do remember the recent nano pump. Thank you from Polly B. Thank you from Electric. Yeah, and David Rice, and so many other thank yous. We do appreciate it, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. That's right. The end of the month draws near. We are going to be here again tomorrow. Same crypto time, same crypto channel. Going to be bringing you another exciting 2 hours. And then
tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids.
Damn right. That's about it, though. We are going to move to wrap here. Final words to our analysts.
Trade safely, guys. Like I said, I don't know what order the things are going to happen in here, but I definitely feel like we're not out of the woods yet as far as another leg down. So maybe it happens first, and then that's kind of good because that means we're more likely to go up. Or maybe we go up first and then we collapse. That's kind of bad because that'll sucker a bunch of people in to buy, and it's almost like we're kind of buying the short orders of institutions. They could have that another leg down.
Yeah.
So just exercise caution. If we do have more down, then think of it as just you're going to have a chance to buy stuff at a discount before the end of this bull market. Yeah, and that's what everybody was so concerned about. Not just a month ago. It's like, oh, I missed the buying opportunities here. I've had a lot of our users. We've been talking about Jesse Stein's insider buy super stocks in our group mentorship, and I've had individuals come to me and say, "Well, this is kind of like higher time frame stuff. I don't know how I can, how can I get good buy-ins here on crypto? There haven't been any real pullbacks." Well, guys, ask and you shall receive. So you figure out what you're interested in and maybe spend your time doing that over the next couple of months. Just a little bit of research, look at the charts, and decide what you think can do really well in the second half of the season.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, as for me, it never hurts to sit on your hands, and a lot of people don't understand that no trading is also a trading signal. So in these times, let the market show you where it's going to go, because it's going to break to one side or the other at some point. Doesn't mean you need to be in a position at that moment. So sitting on your hands is probably one of the best things you can do in a choppy market like this. So just make sure you're protecting your capital, waiting for that trending signal to finally show itself.
All right, that would be our Q extended. Final thoughts from our analysts. Yes, don't get wrecked. Stay safe out there, everybody. Much love to you all. We will be back tomorrow. Peace out in the meantime. We're out.
Goodbye.